of my Canon hand dyes Sherlock collection is another beautiful purple. This one's a little more blue. Let me see. Than the one yesterday. So this is today's. And it's absolutely beautiful, of course. And it is fortunate for this community that I am not a criminal. And then my day 7 of Sweet Sparrow is called Hermie Doesn't Like to Make Toys. You know, and that was such an ear tickle for me yesterday. I haven't seen Hermie the Dentist. I haven't seen this Christmas movie in probably 10 years, which makes me a failure because that's how old my child is. So if you have not sat down to watch the 60s claymation, I actually don't even know what that one is called. I know it used to be in the box set with the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie. I'll put it on the screen, the name of it. But when I heard that, all I could think of was a grouchy elf, and then I had a flash of a guy with a beard and a pickaxe, and he licked the pickaxe. And, like, I kind of mentioned that to my husband, and, like, the light bulb went on in his head, and he was like, oh my gosh, I forgot all about that. So, way to go, Julie. That one was fun. That was a good piece of trivia for us yesterday. And it came, these two came with a peppermint, like a Bob's, like a Sweet Stripes, like a soft peppermint, and I got Jack for mine yesterday. Hector stole it from me. And then my friend Mariah and I do a yarn swap every year, and it has taken, it took 6 days for it to go 8 hours from my house to Amarillo, and she lives in Idaho, so it took a while. She finally got it yesterday, and so I told her I would wait to open mine until she got hers so we could do it together. And the first thing that I picked out was a little gift that she got me, and she actually made these. So these are handmade stitch markers from my friend Mariah, who I talk about a lot. She has the Knitted Niceties yarn bag company, project bag company that I talk about probably all the time, and I will link her below. You should check her out. She is also, before I forget, she is also stocked at the Three Loves yarn store, which is a new-ish yarn store in outside of Boise, Idaho. I believe she's in Nampa. So, there's nothing like Vlogmas to remind you of just how boring your day-to-day life is. I was thinking about it yesterday that I haven't actually spoken much on the vlog for the last couple of days. Mondays are always kind of hard to get back into the routine. You know, we have weekends. All right, for those of you who don't know, my husband is a machinist. He works in the manufacturing industry. And in Houston, what that means is that you are oil adjacent. So it also means you have oil schedules. So his company right now is on 12s. They're on 12 hours a day. They used to be about 15 minutes up the road from us, which is a really good reason that, like, a really good chunk of the reason that he chose this company. But after the pandemic and when things started opening back up, so pandemic hit in March of 2020, and he was laid off in October of 2020, like 2 days before our anniversary, which is fine. It wasn't a big deal. And then he was off until almost March, maybe. And he was hired back, which is fine, which was great. And then they were talking about, we're going to move the company. So it's not going to be here anymore. It'll be in Conroe, which is about 40 miles north of us. And it's never been one of those things that I've been happy about, but I think that because he had been off for so long, it's one of those, like, you forget how much that sucks. And you're like, we've lived in Conroe before. It's far, but you forget. You're like, it's not so bad. I could do that. And I sat here with a cup of coffee and I was like, you're gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate it. It's gonna suck. Don't do it. And he did it, of course. And it does suck a lot. He leaves the house. He wakes up at 4:15, and he has to be at work by 6. And then he comes home. He leaves at 5:30. It takes him about an hour to get through traffic and to get home. And then by the time he gets home, he has to be back up at 4, So technically he'd just be going to bed, but you still have to eat and stuff like that, So yeah, I would say that he probably has an hour and a half of free time to himself every day. And I mean, he has a wife and a child, like he doesn't have any free time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I try really hard to make sure that weekends are as clear as they can be. And he knows a lot of people in the field that they're just fine with that. Like, I don't know if they see their wives or their kids, or like, I don't know, the hours go down and we're like, oh, thank goodness, like go in, I'll be off at 4:30 instead of 5:30 or 6:30, because the whole shop is working until 6:30. And Onesimo was just like, no, I'm going to go home at 5:30. Like, I'm just not staying that long. And so far he's been really lucky in that his boss is okay with that. But these other guys are on 12 hours a day, and it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. And they've been doing it since the end of May, early June. So, we're 2 weeks away from Christmas, and everybody's kind of like, okay, like this is usually the slow season. Like this is usually when we have, we're out at 2:30, 3:30, and kids are off school. And like this is usually the time where it starts to chill out, and they're still on 12s. So anyway, Mondays are usually a catch-up day for us. And yeah, and then yesterday was just the grind, just school and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm not really a camera person. Vlogmas for me is an exercise in remembering to pick up the camera. I'm very typically just too busy doing it. Even when we go on trips, like I am not the camera person. Like, a lot of the pictures that you guys see of our travels or us having fun or whatever is either because Onesimo took it or because he nudged me and was like, hey, you should film this. I'm bad, you guys. I wouldn't have pictures of myself or anybody else in my life at all if you left it up to me. Like, it's just not technology is just not really my forte. I'm comfortable with it. I know how to use it. I can appreciate its uses. I'm not usually the one to grab whatever the techie thing is or to remember to use the techie thing. Like, so many people have these smartwatches now, and I've been kind of thinking about getting one because we ride a lot. It'd be cool to have all of that stuff, and I don't like taking my phone on the bike. They make really good clamps for it, like you can, and it's totally safe and you won't break anything or anything, but I just don't care for that. So I'm thinking about kind of thinking about getting a watch, and I was looking at reviews the other night, and they do so much, and I'm gonna be the person that forgets to set the workout before I start. Like, it. That's gonna definitely be me. So anyway, today's Wednesday, and it is gray-ish. It's gray, but I don't think that means anything. I was looking at the weather yesterday. It says it's going to be 77 today. We've got like 2 days of 60 degrees. And now we're back up, heading to the 80s. And I'm over it, you guys. I'm so over it. Yeah, today's going to be another kind of boring day. I've got a couple of phone calls that I got to hop on today. Hector has a dentist appointment tomorrow. That's it. That's our lives right now. So, anyway, I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to do my crossword and make sure this kid gets up and at 'em since I was up first. And, yeah, I'll check in with you later. Ooh, that's flattering. Look at that. No, go on. Get out. You're not dressed. So, I mentioned it the other day, but I got a recommendation from Morgan of Skeletonits to follow a personal trainer. Her name is Sam Sweeney. I will link her below. And she has an app, and her app is $1 for the first 30 days. So I thought I'd try it, see what I thought of it. I'm doing her high intensity interval training with body weight workout. And, you know, I talked about the reasons I chose this, but one of the big reasons was Hector said he would do it with me. And since he's 10, lifting weights isn't impossible for him, but I'd like him to have some just body weight muscle before he starts getting into that so he doesn't hurt himself. Anyway, I'm starting to think that maybe just doing random weightlifting or army boot camp would be easier than this. So
this isn't
go?
This is hard.
Did we have a good time?
Yes, but
yeah.
Last night my tummy hurted from Monday.
Yeah.
Seriously, that it hurt so much I couldn't really pull myself up when I was in bed. I could only go to the side, then up.
So
it hurts.
So he sneezed yesterday morning, guys. I thought he was gonna cry.
No.
He said his tummy hurt so bad. So anyway, we're both hot and super sweaty and sitting on the garage floor. It's upper 60s or low 70s, something like that, and it's cloudy and breezy. So we're gonna take the bikes and go for a bike ride around the ponds and then come home and shower and eat all of the things.
Yeah, anything we can see is eating.
Probably drink another 3 of these. So anyway, we will catch you with you guys later.
Bye.